recognize himself. He leads the Veterans Committee and helps us put all this together, so thank you. I do want to take a moment to recognize the city councilmen that are here in our audience. The city councilmen really help us preserve what is great about Miamisburg, so they need our gratitude. Also, Vice Mayor Steve Beekler is here. Steve, can you stand up? Next to him is Councilman John Stolber. John, thank you. John is serving his last term. John, how many years?
20.
20. This is his last December. We're going to celebrate John. Mike McCabe is here somewhere. Mike McCabe, how long have you served?
17.
17 years. He retires at the end of this year. Councilman Tom Nicholas, I saw you somewhere. There you are. Tom, how many years for you?
24.
Tom retires after 24 years at the end of December. Councilman-elect Jason Shade, stand up. Jason has ran for office and will be taking seat in December. And of course, we all know Councilman Ryan Colvin. So thank them for being here. Jeff Nestor, where are you? I didn't see you come in. Jeff Nestor, stand up. You must have been late. I'm just pointing that out. He always points out when I'm late. So, thank you, Jeff, for being here. This is a and thank you all for being here too, by the way. This is a recommended reading from the American Legion National Headquarters, and it's my honor to deliver it to you. This is the 2025 recommended reading. America never forgets. This is what Veterans Day is really about. We remember the brave and honorable men and women who have served in the armed forces since the founding of our nation. 10 years ago, a veteran received overdue but well-deserved recognition nearly a century after his brave and legendary service. William Shyman was awarded the Medal of Honor for his World War I heroism. While fighting in France as a member of the Army's 47th Infantry Regiment, Sergeant Shyman repeatedly left cover and exposed himself to enemy machine gun fire and rifle fire while rescuing wounded comrades over a 3-day period. Even after being shot in the head, he refused to accept medical help until his platoon was safely withdrawn. His bravery inspired his fellow soldiers to recommend him for the nation's highest military award. Senior brass rejected the request reportedly because Shyman was Jewish and discrimination was far too common then. The request at the time was downgraded to a Distinguished Service Cross, the nation's second highest award for military valor. Shyman responded with humility that epitomizes what many heroes say. War is not about medals. I love my country. I love my men, and that's all that counts, unquote. While the Medal of Honor recipients are an elite class among the special group of people that we call veterans, Shyman's love for his country, his fellow soldiers, is typical of the men and women that we honor here today. It's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood, a bond cemented with blood. Just this summer, 6 soldiers risked their lives and gave aid to the wounded while subduing a shooter who opened fire at Fort Stewart, Georgia. The instant reaction of the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team was credited by law enforcement with the preventing of fatalities. The fast action of these soldiers under stress and under trauma while under fire absolutely saved lives, Army Secretary Dan Driscoll said, before adding, they are everything that is good about our nation. While not all veterans see combat, an expressed willingness to sacrifice one's life is a requirement. It has been a part of the commitment for military service since George Washington commanded the first troops. and it is not the only commitment to service that our veterans make. Only 6% of American adults today have served in the military. Yet is this small and talented group that enables our community to function. Chances are, if you surveyed your local police and fire departments, you would find that a disproportionately high percentage of the members are indeed veterans. When an emergency hits, there's a good chance that it is a veteran who is the first to respond. In most American communities, July 4th, 2025 was a day of celebration. For Central Texas, it was a day of horror. Flash floods ravaged Kerr County and killed 138 people, many young girls attending summer camp. The death toll could have been more than double had it not been for the extraordinary action of Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin and his crew. This 26-year-old New Jersey native led the search and triage operations at Camp Mystic, and it was credited with rescuing 169 victims. Ruskin's actions were personally recognized by the Secretary of Homeland Security. He responded with modesty that is so common in most U.S. veterans. I'm quoting, "I'm just doing a job. This is what I signed up for, and I think that every single Coast Guard pilot, flight mechanic, and whoever it may be would have done the exact same thing in our situation. We just happened to be the crew that got the case," unquote. Whether it's hurricane relief, defending our interests abroad, of search and rescue, America is fortunate to have people willing to volunteer and risk their lives for us daily. When a veteran leaves the military, he or she is likely to be key contributors to our communities. It may be as school teachers, construction workers, or first responders. They may be business owners, real estate agents, or medical professionals. Regardless of occupation, veterans take their missions seriously. They vote in higher percentage than non-veterans. They are more likely to volunteer in their community, and they are less likely to live in poverty. In short, veterans make our neighborhoods better. By virtue of your attendance here, you are showing your appreciation for veterans. The people here are veterans. We're friends of veterans, we're families of veterans, we're co-workers of veterans, and we're neighbors of veterans. It is up to us to ensure that every veteran feels that his or her service to their country is appreciated by all of us. For many veterans, our nation is important enough to endure long separations from their families, miss the births of their children, freeze in sub-zero temperatures, roast in faraway deserts, lose limbs, and far too often lose their lives. Their families serve and they sacrifice as well. Military spouses have to endure career interruptions, frequent changes of addresses, and disproportionate share of parental responsibilities. The children have to often deal with changes in school, separation from their friends, and hardest of all, an uncertainty on whether mom or dad is going to live their next combat tour. Warriors need advocates, and that is why the American Legion exists. We are here to serve veterans, their families, and our communities. Veterans need each other, but more importantly, our country needs veterans. You cannot fight a war without veterans, and while the ideal of society without conflict is appealing, let us not forget that wars have liberated slaves, stopped genocide, and toppled terrorism. The memories of war, the sacrifices made, and the difficulties transitioning to civilian society have taken a toll on far too many veterans. According to the Department of Veteran Affairs, more than 17 veterans a day take their lives. Some believe that the number is much higher. Regardless, the American Legion believes one suicide is too many. We call on Americans, all of us, for gathering to be the one to save one. Reach out to a veteran you think might be struggling. Ask how he or she are doing, but most of all, listen to that person. Remember the three numbers, 988. This is a national crisis line for anyone who is having suicidal thoughts. A situation that may seem hopeless today will certainly look better tomorrow when you realize that you have the support of the people around you who truly care. There is no better way to thank a veteran for his or her service than to let them know we have their back. After all, veterans have had America's back for 250 years. Humbly and proudly, they keep our nation free, no matter what danger. Just doing their job as an American sergeant from World War I and Coast Guard rescue swimmer from 2025 alike would say for the same measure of modesty. Thank each of you for being here today. God bless America, and God bless our veterans.